welcome back to my channel. We have another Bookie check-in today, and so I'm going to share with you the books that I'm currently reading, the book that I have DNF'd, and the books that I'm going to be going into. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first book that I am reading is going to be Spooked and Spattered by Jenny Bentley, and I am really liking this book. It makes me fall more in love with Avery and Derek. I love the relationship, and I love how coming from the first book into the second, you still have how relatable Avery is. She hasn't become this superficial, I'm amazing. She still has her quirks, and I love her mysterious mind. And I also came to the realization that, and I won't have this completely confirmed until I go into the third book, but I think that Bentley has more of like a slow burn mystery that happens. Of course, I'm okay with that because a lot of books are like, bam, there's your murderer, and we're going like a back and forth between, kind of like a Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty. So, but anyways, I am really enjoying this book so far. So let's get into the second book. And the second book that I am reading is called Devil in Ohio. It is about a teenage girl whose mother is a psychiatrist, and she brings one of her patients home that's also the same age as the main character, and some trouble ensues. Now for me personally, I feel like the book is going kind of at an awkward pace, mostly because I always feel a disconnect from listening to an audiobook to a actual physical book. But for me, it's just where I feel like I could kind of have already been through this book had it been not an audiobook. But anyways, I like Jules. The only problem I have is that it's set in the 2000s, and as someone who grew up in the 1990s and the 2000s, early 2000s, I feel as though she didn't truly give Jules her own voice. Even though she's the main character, you're focusing on the mother, and I'm like, what? And so Jules is kind of like this real laid back, I don't know what's happening, deer in the headlights. I am not a teenager who is having issues with a girl that no one in her family knows is now living in her house and wearing her clothes and attending her school and telling her like a chickadee. So I'm just like, I know how I feel about how she wrote the main character. Her mom kind of gets on my nerves because she goes into like this blues block, but I'm only, I think, about 25% in. It's really weird with Audible. I don't understand with the app how far along I am into the book. So I think I'm on chapter 5 last time I listened. But anyways, it's an okay book. You'll get more updates as I get further into the audiobook. So let's get into the book that I DNF'd, and that happened to be this bad boy right here. It is Killer Characters by Ellery Adams. I just wasn't in the mood, and this is book 8 in a series. So let's get into the books that I'm going to be reading next. Now my next venture is going to be the Retellathon. So the books that I selected is for that. And let's see here. I'm opening up my Libby app on my iPad. I have okay. So for my Retellathon, I'm going to be reading The Wish Granter, which is the second book in the Raven Spire series. I'm going to be listening to the audiobook of Winter, and then I have the third book of the Daniel Page's Dorothy Must Die series, The Yellow Brick War. So these are going to be books for the Retellathon, and then I have 2 other books, and they are not with my Libby app. They're actually already purchased. I just want to go ahead and wrap them up because I'm so far into them. I just have moved on to different topics and just want to close them and wrap them up. I have Deception and Donuts by Agatha Frost, and then I have Hot Mama by Jennifer Estep because I have the physical book of Jinx, which is the book next, and I want to move on to that because it's a beautiful book. But alas, I'm also moving. So going into July, hopefully with one of my updates, I'll be adding Jinx onto that list. But anyways, these are the books that I'm going to be looking forward to reading. Let me know down below what are books that you're currently reading that you have DNF'd if you have any, or what you're going to be reading future-wise. And also check out the link down below. I have the Twitter, Instagram pages for the Retellathon. Please join in. It is hosted partially by my friend ReadbyLiv, so check out her channel as well. She's amazing, and I hope that you guys are just having the blessed week. Bye guys.